What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Les Alex here for Impact. We are live and in living color for round 3 of our Modern FNM Foundations pre-release night. We've got 50 pre-release players, about 30 Commander players, and 10 Modern players tonight. So I'm not sure this might actually be the last round. We shall see. I'll have to get confirmation of that at some point, but thank y'all so much for watching. We've got Tony on Elves versus Lincoln on Lantern Control. This is going to be a long one, so strap on in, folks. Thank y'all so much. We got Benchers Bobby and Pixie of Pandemonium. Bobble himself. So that's going to stay there. Alrighty, here we go. We're off to the races. Cavern of Selves naming Elves. Can we get another backup feature match? Yes. Elvish Mystic. I can't do it, though, tonight. But next time we stream, next Friday, we will have a new feature match. Backup feature match. So Pixie going to get exiled.
Yeah, wherever. Good to go? Absolutely. Tap. I think I'm going to trigger bobble and draw.
Trigger bobble to draw? And draw for turn. Alrighty, so Tony wants to kill his opponent as quick as possible. Lincoln's going to try and prolong the game as long as possible before he can get Ensnaring Bridge and some Codex Shredders and Lantern of Insights. And Tony's about to know what real true pain looks like here, because this deck, if you're not familiar, playing against Lantern Control is kind of the worst thing in the world. It's worse than playing against Azorius Control or Eggs or any of those decks, because there's really no win condition other than milling your opponent out of the game. So Court of Calling, Lincoln doesn't like that there, so it will get exiled. And then Llanowar Elves is the card. Lincoln says you can draw that.
Some things I got to be okay with, you know. It's appreciated, honestly. Absolutely.
Tony gonna play Forest.
We're here for our friends.
I love that the vibes are so good in the feature match area.
It's fine. We have friends. Crown Visionary. Yeah.
Leaf Crown Visionary, that's a good one. Tony building up a board. Nettle Sentinel.
And I will pass the turn.
Pass the turn.
I'm
Gonna shred the Eladamri Corvette doll. Cavern seems decent. Thoughtsea's gonna go to hand.
Saga's going to trigger.
Saga's gonna trigger. Float a colorless.
And it'll blow it.
And
Tell you what. I'm going to get a little frisky.
Alright, we're about that.
what are we gonna get? Another Codex Shredder? Maybe another Shredder. That seems correct. So Lantern Control is a deck that I've played not a terrible lot, but quite a bit. And
I figured by it. Just want to know.
Lincoln telling Tony he's not going to ultimate Pixie. Yeah, that's typically not what you want to do.
Another Saga. That's what I like.
Another Saga on top.
I'm going to go with the Blooming Marshes lane for turn.
Blooming Marsher. Oh, do we have... And there's Ensnaring Bridge already. Wow, so he's pretty much got a pretty decent lock here. Now, obviously, Tony is playing green, so, you know, he could have a way to blow up some artifacts main deck. Reclamation Sage probably being one of the more common ones. But Lincoln's going to do his best to try and make sure that that doesn't happen. Priest of Titania. Pretty good card. But we're getting to the point of the game where as long as Lincoln can get rid of the cards in his hand, he's going to be able to lock this game down and probably going to come out on top. Now, whether Tony concedes, this is the crux of playing Lantern Control. Oftentimes, your opponent is just pretty much dead to rights, but they don't know it, and they don't want to concede. So it is what it is, though. It's part of the play in the deck. You got to play blisteringly quick if you're playing Lantern Control and hope that your opponent plays at an adequate pace as well. Llanowar Elves draw off the Leaf Crown Visionary. I will say, Leaf Crown Visionary is actually really good against Lantern Control because it's going to be, at least at this point, pretty impossible for Lincoln to keep up in terms of the amount of mill rocks. First blood down to 19. Shred you twice on the end step. Wirewood Symbiote and Elvish Visionary. Vision is scary. Play the Saga. Dot sees you. Titania, Wirewood Symbiote, and a Heritage Druid. Priest of Titania. Elvish Warlord is the card on top of Tony's deck. And Lincoln going to allow him to draw it. I think at this point, unless it is a way to blow up an artifact, Tony's going to let him keep it. Or I'm sorry, Lincoln's going to let Tony keep it. Of course, he's going to mill at the end of each turn, but... Nettle Sentinel. Heritage Druid. Make a token off of War Master. So Tony has an impressive board here, but again, not able to attack thanks to that Ensnaring Bridge. Burning Catacombs, actually, what's funny again with against Lantern, fetch lands are actually pretty good because it lets you disrupt what's on the top of your library. Funny enough. Three green for Nettle Sentinel. So Tony drawing a ton of cards here, but it's not really mattering. Yeah. Lincoln is a very seasoned player with the Lantern Control deck too. So he's going to shred 2 at the end step. And Priest of Titania going to be the second one. Flip the top card, Nettle Sentinel. Mycosynth Gardens, of course. Here, I'll bring this one up, Mycosynth. Here is Mycosynth Gardens. Here it is, folks. Mycosynth Gardens. Notably, it can become a copy of any artifact. So right now, it is a copy of Codex Shredder. Draw one card. Quirion Ranger. And again, in a normal scenario where Tony can attack, this would be insane turns that he's having. But actually, drawing all these cards is just speeding up Lincoln's clock. I'm not sure if Tony knows that yet. Because, as Lincoln said earlier, Lantern Control is not a commonly played deck. Shred you. And Eladamri and Elvish Mystic going to hit the bin. Another War Master. Lincoln doesn't care about that. And there is a second. Okay, well, he's going to end up searching for a 1-drop here. Probably another Shredder, I'd imagine. Or some kind of mill rock. Don't really need anything else. He likely has Pithing Needles in his deck. But not necessary at this point. Again, the only relevant cards that Tony could draw here are cards that so are cards that blow up artifacts. But there's zero, I mean, very, very, very small % chance he'd be able to draw one at this point. Just because he'd have to have like 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 in a row. Or get lucky and fetch into one. He does have 2 fetch. Tony does have 2 fetch lands on the table, but this game is over, folks. I hate to inform you. Let me know in the comments. Do you concede to Lantern Control when they have this demanding of a board state? Because you should, for time purposes and to try and win the match, especially if it's game 1. If it's game 3, then you play it out, sure. But game 1, this is when you should be scooping. All right, back to Lincoln. River says yes. Well, yes. Lantern of Insight, number 2. So, yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential shuffle effects.
I'm going to go ahead and
Pixie gonna exile the top card from both players' libraries. And a Llanowar Elves on top. That is the... I forget the name of it, but it's the double-sided elf that when it enters the battlefield, it Disciple Bolas is something. And again, drawing all these cards shred you. Draws that. But yeah, drawing all these cards is just actively killing Tony. He's likely looking for a Reclamation Sage or something to that effect. But again, he's never going to get to draw it. Quirion Ranger. Draw land. Well, there's a that represents a Reclamation Sage. Yeah, Lincoln's not going to let him draw that. Oh, a second one. Okay, so this is getting spicy. Mill that. And there's Azuri. Doesn't care about Azuri. Yeah, Tony's being a realist. He says it does a whole lot of nothing right now.
Well, you know, a chord that lets you find either one of those two.
Yeah. Beseju would also be a card here that could get him out of this potentially, but again, draw is good. It's another champion there. Leaf Crown champion. Bouncing Quirion Ranger. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about that card. I wouldn't care about that card. Literally, Reclamation Sage or anything that can blow up an artifact.
There's an amount. These are only one each turn.
Yeah, the War Masters only trigger once per turn. So Lincoln's saying you've generated an infinity billion Elf Warrior tokens, but he only gets one per War Master per turn. Not sure. I'm not sure what that card is.
And the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Oh, okay. So this is.
Even if I were just to say I got these two off,
Wait. Oh no.
there was a win on this.
Lincoln had lanterns in play. He could have sacrificed a lantern. He was not dead there. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but Lincoln allows him to draw it, and that is that. I guess that's why you play it out sometimes. Holy smokes! Okay, well, Tony gonna, in my opinion, kind of steal game one there, but as it were, that is what happened. Holy smokes! No damage was lost that match.
I cannot remember the last time I saw Modern Elves.
We've had it for
Alrighty, so there you have it. Shows how much I know. I do think Lincoln was a little aggressive with his mills in that turn. I don't think you care about literal anything except for things that either like actively kill you, like something like, I don't even know what card that was. It must have been something when it enters the battlefield, your opponent loses life equal to the number of elves in play, I would imagine. But yeah, I don't think you care about the War Masters or the champions or anything like that. I don't know. Interesting. I'll have to talk to Lincoln why he fought that fight, and also why he didn't crack he had 2 lanterns in play. So I don't know. It is what it is, though. I'm not here to necessarily criticize the players, so. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. Check this out. We've got some technology, brother. Folks playing some Commander.
I won't lie, I saw that game going very
More folks playing Commander.
again. I think we may be on the same track of wasn't expecting me to.
They're playing Modern. There's Jake from last round, wearing his IGC shirt.
Especially in like that last turn or so.
hard draw had this
But yeah, we are rocking and rolling here at Impact. We've got, like I said, 50 for our pre-release, our Foundations pre-release.
which I think is objectively the correct play for sure.
And we've got probably about 25 or 30 playing Commander. And then 10 for Modern. So having a good time here tonight, though. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. Mistakes were made. I mean, I'll talk to him after this and just mention it to him. I'm not, like, talking smack. I'm just trying to get inside his head, figure out what his thought process was there. Alrighty, let's kick it back down to the players as we are about to start game 2.
Because I was very much so running out of cards. That was a fun game.
That was a blast, man. I'm really, really happy how that turned out.
We both went to 6 on that.
Oh, we did. I will be on the play this second time as well.
It is going to break my heart.
I so sorry. Yeah, interesting.
I don't play this deck enough to know what to take out. That's something. The other deck I have that I'm usually pretty hot on playing, but I just decided not to tonight. I'm a Belcher player.
Nice.
I remember being 15, begging my parents to buy me the cheapest version of Legacy Belcher I could think of.
Just to get into the Magic
Just to get into it.
Be with all those cool people. And we are pretty darn cool. Make no mistake.
little, okay, they're all right. Oh man, this because I actually just don't feel like at least I get the inkling that you're on, but I don't fully know what to look for.
Right.
So I'm not fully sure what I'm taking in or not.
The lantern's a weird one to board into.
Lantern's a weird one.
It's really strange.
I genuinely am unsure. Unsure. This is my first time ever acing the deck.
Nice. Happy I could do that for you. Well, you know what they say. You have to get you first.
Also, glad I love your sleeves.
Yeah, I thought they were fitting for the type of deck.
Very, very.
So you're planning on making it over here for more FNMs?
Yeah, that's the plan. My buddy and I are going to try. The goal is to come up almost every Friday.
Okay.
He didn't SU. He and I were sick the last week, so we missed the last couple times, and then like my birthday was also recent, so we missed that one as well. But
That is unfortunate. Winnable. So yeah, I try to be here just about every Friday. You know, sometimes things come up, but for the most part,
this is probably bad. This is probably a bad thing. But we like to live life dangerously.
we do. And you're up a game. It's the time. It's the time to do it.
I will keep.
Sounds good. I will keep hand number 2.
Perfect.
Ready to do this thing?
All right, looks like these guys are ready to rock and roll with game number 2 here. Swimming Marsh, Codex Shredder, Bobble myself.
Stays where it is, I'll pass. Drawing your
I love that Lincoln says stays where it is, as if he can control it with Bobble. But yeah, I don't know, folks, if this is going to be the last round or not. I will have to get confirmation of that later on in the night. Lantern, and here we go. Here we go. All right.
Tapped overgrown tomb.
Tapped overgrown tomb. Pass. Lincoln didn't note it, but Tony desperately needed that second land.
Just gonna find a forest.
I'm going to grab a forest. The most beautiful forest in all of Magic the Gathering, in my opinion. The unhinged John Avon forest. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the lighting. Composition is just incredible. Let me know, what is your favorite basic land? Doesn't have to be forest, but favorite art on a basic land in Magic.
Yes.
I'm going to shred that almost immediately.
Gotta make sure them things don't stick around.
Leaf Crown Vision.
Yeah.
Leaf Crown Visionary. Attack for 3. Down to 17.
Untap. Upkeep, hand draw.
Inquisition of Kozilek. The draw.
Next Mycosynth Garden.
Mycosynth Garden. Inquisition. Or as us boomer Magic players call it, IOK.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that one.
You're gonna have to do reclamation stage.
Understandably so.
So Rex Sage, wow, he's got both of them, Rex Sage and the Lincoln on the name.
We're here to have a good
Copy the shot. You're good to go. So I guess the name of the game is keep you off infinite card draw and keep you off black mana. Well, you have to
Can't read it.
tough,
That is the goal, is to make this
And it's right outside of where I can see it on the.
cast the Heritage Druid.
You're not gonna have to get rid of that.
I have to straighten this.
You're good. Draw results.
All right, well, Lincoln's got to find himself a couple cards here. Thoughtseize being one of them, of course. And Snaring Bridge, which is an evergreen statement, but Tony's just going to start attacking.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's adding 3 green.
Yep.
Priest of Titania,
And I'm pay the green to draw a card.
pay the green, draw a card.
Cast the Heritage Druid.
Yep.
Heritage Druid.
Yeah.
3 green.
Cast the Zuri.
Azuri.
Yeah.
Down to 14. Goes Lincoln.
Cast the turn.
There's his Thoughtseize.
You know this.
That is his Thoughtseize. He needs it in his hand now, though.
Flying tendrils.
Flaying Tendrils is going to take his whole board away. Oh, wow.
That is a full board wipe.
Yeah, that is. Lincoln said it best. That is a full board wipe. Wow, he just bought those from us today, too.
That should be.
Pretty excellent draw.
Okay, so I guess now is the name of the game. Don't let your rebuild out. What is this game named? Is the question. We're gonna shred one.
I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pivot the game plan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. So now Tony can't really cast the. I forget the name of the card, but I'm not a big fan of shredding the Quirion Ranger there, but he does have to keep the board relatively empty here because he doesn't have an ensnaring bridge. So he's kind of in a weird spot where he's got to shred any recent decent threats. He's kind of not in a great position here. Overgrown Tomb. Tony's life total literally doesn't matter as long as it's not at 0.
They relay the creature type. Wait, nope, you don't. I don't have a creature. I don't have no creature types.
Gotcha.
So safe for now. I just see that their thought season. I don't want that. You're not allowed to take my elves.
Had a blasted pre-release. Wish I didn't have to get up early. Oh yeah. What's up, Cosmic Boosh? Thanks for playing tonight. Appreciate you. But yeah, it was crazy in here, wasn't it? 50 for pre-release. We had about 30 or so. Have currently about 30 or so Commander players, and then 10 for Modern. Absolutely insane.
Keep and draw.
At least about 90 players here.
Gonna make a struct.
Make a construct. Here is the plan B. Just beat down with a construct.
4/4. Hot sees you.
Dot sees you. Take your Wirewood Symbiote. Down to 12.
Draw priest. Add mana equal to the number of. Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lincoln's got to be a little bit more tight with, not tight, but conservative with his shred effects here. At the end of the turn, it's fine, but like, while Tony can interact and do things, he's got to just be very cognizant. Make a construct, so we're moving to beatdown plan here for Lincoln. And this is a facet of the deck that back in its heyday, Lantern just didn't have because Urza Saga was not a card. So these construct tokens are the biggest baddies on the battlefield. Both of them are 6/6s. Mycosynth Gardens, that's fine. And Lincoln can copy his construct tokens, I do believe, with the Mycosynth Gardens. We'll see if he elects to do that at the end of the turn.
Give me all three.
Milieu 3. Endurance. Endurance is a good one.
And then untap.
He does not elect.
Draw. Land full turn. Make a dude.
Make a dude.
Make another shredder.
Make another shredder. Interesting. I would have thought to make a construct. Unless, let me see. Non-token artifact. Okay, I'm tripping. Don't listen to me on that one. Yeah, down to 2 goes Tony. Yeah, and Tony's going to scoop him up. We're going to go to game number 3.
Actually, a stomping. No one ever remembers to tell people.
What a game, what a match. We're heading to game 3 here. Very fun stuff. What an interesting couple games.
Good magic card, right?
I mean, good subjective.
Lincoln said, referring to Urza Saga, good magic card. Tony said, that's subjective.
The only reason the deck is playable.
Understandably so.
The deck was really, really good with Mox Opal, which was a 0 mana rock metal craft, really good. Mox Opal got banned and the deck kind of fell apart. So Urza Saga really revived the deck by giving it some tools it needs to play a little bit more creatively.
That's true. That's true, Lincoln. I agree.
Let me double check if I need to make any changes to my board.
That was a devastating board wipe for sure.
Dude, I was watching you go and I was like, please, dude, play the whole hand, play the whole hand. And you were going off, you were feeling really, really good.
I was going to say, if you had given me one more turn, you weren't going to be able to board wipe me anymore after that point, because I was just going to be able to scissor and pump my board to the point where you can't. Dang good.
It was exactly exactly what I was watching for. And I was hoping you were going to go off and you were going to dump as much onto the board because I also didn't have any bridges up. So like keeping you off creatures was really important too. It was honestly exactly what I needed to.
Oh, 100%. It just changed the entire board state, and then if you have those versions are very strong.
Yes. Alternate win condition of a bunking fix. Which I say alternate win condition. I feel like I've won with that just as much as I've won by mailing people out. I say that. I guess concession counts as mailing people out.
I will definitely be on the play.
You got it. Unless you want to reconsider.
No, now that you say something.
Yeah. On second thought.
Yeah, so I kept the one lander that last game. And then that's where like...
When you're up a game is the time to do it.
Yeah, very much so. And it's like I get to be on the draw, I get to see hopefully more information, and end up being fine. So it's like, man, see board like creature I do not want to steal that. It is such a nice shade of purple.
Thank you. Purple's an underrated color.
Really, I honestly feel like so many of my friends say purple's just their favorite color. So it's like I feel like I get so much of it in my life.
Yeah. It's a good color, man. All the colors get a lot in your life.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you as well.
Hopefully the 7 is
Good sevens all around.
all around.
All right, let's see. Will both players keep 7? Tony's got some nice sideboard cards. Does he have enough action? Early game action. It's pretty close.
Me too.
Both players keeping. Excellent. Here we go. Game 3. 1-1. Who's going to go to 2-1?
I'm gonna fetch
Wirewood Symbiote.
Good to go?
Yep.
All right, let's see. Can Lincoln have an explosive start like he has had the last couple games? He's had really good starts.
Snaring Bridge is a 3, right?
Yep.
Snaring Bridge is, in fact, a 3-drop. Bobble. Does have a ensnaring bridge in hand, too. See at least one of them. Drown Catacombs. I'm sorry, Verdant Catacombs.
Break the bobble. I'm going to look at the top.
Yep.
Crack the bobble. Let your body waddle. Whoa. Driving in my Tahoe. And he's gonna doesn't like what he sees, so he's gonna shuffle away and go find himself a land. Surveilski. Little Surveilski on the stack. The stackaroonie.
Awesome. I've been Blooming Marsh.
Blooming Marsh, Tutorbane. Visionary, gonna draw a card. Down to 18 goes Lincoln. Thoughtseize.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Lincoln saying, "Oh my gosh," because his hands
Beat down plan it is.
got some Gasserino.
Give me corn. What the heck are you doing over there, man?
I'm hoping I got a dream right
You
now.
know how
Right?
long it's going to take me to win now?
Lincoln saying, "You know how long it's going to take me to win now?" Yeah, I think taking court is correct there. You can't. Can't let that be out there.
It's very, very much you want to see that top part. She really like that top part quite a bit.
Thing with endurance, obviously, Tony can target himself, so it's going to take forever for Lincoln to actually mill him out. But honestly, once he gets the lock going, it's really hard. Unless Lincoln goes crazy like he did kind of in game 1, where, in my opinion, he milled some things he didn't necessarily have to.
Basic. Yeah, basic.
Gonna grab a basic.
Move combat.
And we're gonna head to combat.
She is
Heritage Druid.
Yeah, comment's good. 14?
Down to 14 goes Lincoln.
I'm gonna go ahead. Return this in my hand.
Yep. That doesn't untap. That's nice.
Untap target creature.
My bad. I forgot what it did.
Elf Visionary.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Top card.
Oh, that's bad.
Lincoln said, "Oh, that's bad." Tony's saying, "Oh, it's fine." Yeah, Lincoln's in rough shape here.
Yeah.
Pass back to Lincoln.
Try the catacombs.
Verdant Catacombs inbound. He does have the ensnaring bridge, but again, Court of Calling represents Reclamation Sage, which is very bad for Lincoln.
Stirrings.
Ancient Stirrings.
Bobbled hand.
Ugh, bobble to hand, not the one you wanted.
Top. Whoops. We're going to cast the bobble.
Casting Bobble. Needed to find a shredder or some kind of mill rock there. That's what he was looking for. Oh, he's got a shredder in hand. Okay.
Shredder.
Yeah, just shred that for sure. Quarian Ranger.
Put me in a tough spot here.
Yeah, Lincoln is definitely in a tough spot.
Catacombs. We'll go ahead and fetch.
Fetch down at 13. It's like a tapped overgrown tomb. No, this is snaring bridges won't go away. He's already got one. He doesn't need another one. Yeah, you can kind of tell Lincoln's getting a little frustrated with this darn ensnaring bridge. Just will not get off the top of his library. Ensnaring bridge is fine, you know, but he's got too many cards. He needs either lands or like really cheap one drops so that he can dump his hand and play Ensnaring Bridge. Because the Elves army continues to grow here. 3 green. Return Elvish Elvish Visionary to hand. Untap a land. Untap another creature. Go down to 1. Going to draw off Elvish Visionary. Leaf Crown Visionary. The draw. Comes a Priest of Titania inbound. This is going to be a big turn for Tony.
We'll cast a Priest of Titania.
Yep.
I'm going to move the
Yes.
And attack for 2, down to 11.
We're thinking deep. We're in the tank here. This is good.
Long.
It's on 10.
And back to Lincoln.
I'm sorry. I'll bobble myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to untap. On upkeep, bobble's going to trigger. I'm going to respond to the bobble trigger.
Yeah, you're going to mill that.
Draw bobble.
Draw Bobble. And Assassin's Trophy. It's a pretty good one. Here is Assassin's Trophy. I'm going to put it on camera for y'all. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. This controller may search the library for basic land, put it into the bay, and then shuffle. There's Ensnaring Bridge.
Big problem for me. Go ahead.
Lincoln saying, yeah, you created a big problem for me. Tony responds, yes. Elvish Warmaster. Quarian Ranger. Makes an elf. And that's going to be it.
I needed something I
He was going to be able to infinitely make infinite mana and then Warmaster. That's going to be it. Tony going to take it down. Going to beat Lincoln. Elves defeats Lantern Control here. Thank y'all so much for watching and hanging out with us. That's round 3. I don't know if there's going to be a round 4, so stick around if you're watching live. If you're watching on YouTube, hit us up on twitch.tv/Impact Gaming Center. We stream each and every single Friday at 7 p.m., whether it's a pre-release or what, which tonight is Foundation's pre-release. But yeah, thank y'all so much. Hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering, TCG, and other card gaming and tabletop gaming needs. I'm Les Alex. I'll catch y'all on the flippy flop. Be kind to one another. And yeah, see you later. And if you're watching live, again, stay around. I will come back on and let you know if we do have a 4th round. Alrighty. Adios.
Yeah, flying tendrils and surprise to nobody. That's the move there.
That is such a cool card.
Right?
That most definitely was not expected.
Dude, I swear it was printed just for Lantern. What's up?
What was you doing with all that? Why are you doing all that shit that didn't matter?
On his end step. Oh no, it was card draw. So I was hitting quarter columns that can bind the wings and card draw because I can't control the draw. You confident?
And you had 2
There were a lot of cards you were milling that I was not looking for.
lanterns in play when you threw. So you could have popped the lantern instead.
You're right. I could have done that. Yeah, I was.
There was a Warmaster that you built. I think there was a Leaf Crown Visionary also.
So I hit the leaf crown because that's 2 draws. I can't let him draw multiple times. So on that I can't control. But you're right. I had a second lantern. Why didn't I just pop it?
Yeah,
Dude, I don't pay attention to that line enough.
even if you had to waste a lantern, even if it was your last lantern,
Right.
you still
There's no reason to give him the win, right?
yeah,
Just go ahead and pull it off.
still try and
Yeah.
like find a lantern on your next one. Because on your upkeep, you had 5 mil, 5 or 6 mils.
Right.
You could have milled yourself to try and find a lantern.
Yeah. No, it's a misplay for me. Yeah.
I didn't like go crazy on you, but I was like, I'm not sure. Yeah. There was like 2 or 3 cards you built that were just did not matter.
So in the last turn, I hit 2 chords and a leaf crown visionary. I don't remember the fourth, but